Now that it's finally winter here in the north, a lot of people are wondering, well, when does canoe season end and ice season start? Luckily, the DNR has given us some guidelines on what safe ice is. Typically, for walking, safe ice is going to be anything over 2.5 to 3 inches. Here, I have an ice chisel to make sure that the ice I'm about to step on is safe enough. However, you don't necessarily need an ice chisel. Just about any old stick will do. Once you get to an area where you're ready to check the thickness, what you're going to do, you're just going to shovel a little spot like this. Doesn't need to be huge, just big enough to make sure that you're not getting any snow with your measurement. Next, you're going to take your ice chisel and just make a small hole. Once you have your hole, there's a couple of different ways to measure the ice. If you happen to have a saw like this is definitely the easiest. However, they tend to run about $100-120 brand new. So if you don't have a saw, and this will get a little cold, but you just take your hand, you reach in, and you feel, all right, we got about 3 inches of ice. I do also have a tape measure here. The other thing you can do if you don't want to get your hand wet, put your tape measure in, feel it hook. We're at about 4 inches of ice right here. However, until we actually cut a hole, we can't know the quality of the ice. If you do happen to have yourself an ice saw, you're going to take that hole that you have, you're just going to start cutting. You probably do want to make sure, however, you're on the outside of the hole. You can see there, once you get all the way around the ice, it will come loose a bit. Now you can try and grab it out with your hands. Otherwise, I also have an ice grabber here. You're gonna push it down a bit. Oh. And then you can pull it out. You can see here we got our ice. And there's something very particular you're looking for. You can see this top few inches of the ice is kind of this murky white color, whereas on the bottom it's nice and clear. The clear part is the ice that we're wanting to have. So we got about just over 2.5 inches of good solid ice, and then another about 1.5 inches of kind of this not quite as high quality ice. However, we're at 5 inches here, so we are well over the safety recommendations for walking on ice. While we're on the topic of ice safety, it is important to remember that ice is never safe. Ice is a part of nature, and because of that, it can be very unpredictable. However, these general guidelines will help you stay a little safer on ice. You never just want to leave a brick of ice sitting right here, because somebody could be walking along and fall in. So there's 2 things you're going to do. First of all, you're going to find yourself a stick. Doesn't need to be a big stick. Anyone will do. Just enough that people can see it. You're going to take your block of ice, and you're going to slide it back into the hole. Just make sure it's kind of level. That way it will refreeze there, and you'll have that still thick layer of ice for anybody who walks on it. So you're going to take your stick that you got, and you're just going to lodge it in between the ice and the piece that you put in. This is just to let any other fishers or winter enthusiasts know that there was a hole cut here previously. Remember, ice can be a lot of fun, but to ensure that everybody has fun, we need to be safe.